Welcome to the Grand Oak Grange. Whenever we went down to Virginia, a couple times a year, to visit Corey and Lita and their 110 acres, we stayed in these accommodations you see here. And why it worked for a minute, and camping in the front yard was much better than that 45-minute drive up that mountain every day. But we thought, you know what? We could do better. Let's do a cabin, we said. We'd have our own space and views like the ones you're seeing here. This is how we did it. Did we do it right every time? Oh, Lord. No, we did not. But we learned a lot. We spent time with family doing it. And ultimately, I think we were blessed with that time and effort and building something together. So stay with us and watch this collage of pictures and videos of our shed, now turned cabin, build. Thank you. Real quick, here's a bird's eye view of where all this is taking place.
There's the trail coming up down to the access road, and you can actually see the access road there. There's the view. It's pretty much blocked. There's some fencing, that's a corner there. So we do the shed looking that way. Wish I knew what that was. That was probably pretty much due east. And we got a path that needs to be cleared, the trail down there. And then I think there's an even trail up in here.
So after some negotiation with my brother, we determined that this is where we wanted to build the cabin. We bought a 12 by 14 kit for a shed, and then also had to go buy the decking to set the shed on. Well, we finally got the deck done for the cabin. And during all this time between trampling and this guy and that 22-inch mower, we now can walk around up here. And it's so much less weeds. We were at the Grand Oak Grange, June of 21, for 3 or 4 days. We didn't have any power, so we had to use a generator up there. And it was four of us, middle-aged men, that decided we were going to build this cabin. We knew that in the future, near future, we were going to try to use solar power and to capture rain. So that's what we set out to do, and this is the results. Now, I gotta say, for a kit, we had to use the Sawzall or circular saw quite a bit, but that's probably more of a reflection of our trying to hurry up and get this done. So that's on us, but I would love to do a video in May on what we would do differently, because we did learn a lot doing this build. So we do have a loft in the shed, probably only good enough for 5 to 6 year old children to sleep up top. And we did decide to put a shower stall in 3 foot by 3 foot. I think when we left there in June, we had it dry and had a tarp on the roof, and we weren't going to be coming back until October. You can see here where it's really a fight against Mother Nature, because she grows right towards the cabin, so we had to spend time clearing out around there. Over the last few months, we put the roof on, obviously, and insulated on the inside, and a bunch of little stuff that I didn't get video of. But enjoy these pictures. So here you can see on the left side there where the water tote is. And then I just took a couple pictures of the entrance. We had double doors because we thought we'd be parking an ATV in there or use it as a future for a workshop or whatever. But as you can see, we ended up doing much more than that. I found this 1 foot by 4 foot window at Restore. Thought it'd be perfect to look north because there's a nice mountain range that you can see, and had to get it installed. So that was one of the mistakes. we were doing stuff after we had the walls up, and we ended up putting three windows in this thing. So on this October visit, we decided to add a little bit of deck there on the north side underneath that window I just installed because we thought that we could use it for storage. The next luxury that we thought we needed, and graciously, my brother Chad built this little generator shed for us to house that. So it's all about storage there when you're trying to, you know, live in a cabin 12 by 14. That sun blazes up on that mountain too, so we put up a temporary shade, which led to our next project, which you'll see in a few pics. Once the front porch was put on, that led to the rain capturing system that we were working on, and I think at the very end of this clip, you'll see the third window that was put in after the fact. So, like again, there's another lesson learned. Hello, and welcome back. Here are some views from our perch on the mountain at the Grand Oak Grange. The house there, it's probably 250 yards away and 100 and 125 below us. We do set up pretty high there. You also see the trail from the service road that leads up to the cabin. 2023 was a very busy year for us. Stay tuned, watch along, and see how it all develops. Here we have dug out about 14 inches of soil to build a front porch. Flat space is a rarity here, so we decided to create some. I think scope creep may have slipped into the equation a tad because we just couldn't stop building the decks, as you'll see here. As we found out later, it's a terrace deck. We're going to go back and make that all one level because a beer or two at night, it's not always safe. So here's the framework. I'm glad I got the framework there because that'll help us to level it. There's the view. There should be a link in there where becomes the driving range, and you can click on that video and watch that where everybody hits the ball. Made some steps, some longer steps there, mainly just for the mud and to have storage here on the right. We have tubs that we can store underneath that short deck there. Storage is a commodity. This is on the north side of the shed here. We was able to have some extended family come and make a back porch roof, metal roof. It makes it nice to keep our equipment, ATVs and stuff out of the weather. That was a big project we got done this year. Took the around our water tote there, step access. We started the process of insulating that, protecting that. That's a IBC tote, 275 gallon. And we did extend that little decking there below the ladder. That's 18 square foot, and by God, it was needed. Here's the pump we put in, nice little pressure tank. Works really well, and we after 2.5 years, finally got our outhouse put in. Listen here. Operational. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of 2023. There was a lot of firsts in 2023. We actually had some friends and family that showed up and spent some time with us. There were some fencing projects on the farm, bush hogging, and a third animal shelter was built. So slowly but surely, we are making Grand Oak Grange sustainable, enjoyable, and just a great place to spend some time. Stay tuned.